everyone. Today we are outside doing a fun project. It is raining and it's cold, but we're gonna plant some seeds. I did this last year with a few things and it worked amazingly, especially for how neglected the seeds were, and then they still grew. So I'm gonna give it a shot again this year using the same seeds, and also I'm going to try some new seeds as well. So what I'm doing is winter sowing in jugs. This is all over YouTube. I'm definitely not the expert on it, but I've been saving my jugs to do this project. We're here on our screen porch, so there's toys everywhere also, but I've been saving jugs to do this. I have, I think, 11 jugs, so we're gonna try to get 11 things planted today, and we're gonna see how it goes. The first thing you do is you cut a hinge on your jug, just like that. And then once this is all done, I'm gonna fill these up with dirt, with soil. Okay, now I have all of my little flippy flappies cut, and I asked my husband for a, oh, here we go. I asked my husband to set up a drill that I could use to make holes in the bottom. He tells me this is a 1/4 inch spade bit. I maybe should have done this before I cut. All right, back here I have this bag of Happy Frog potting soil. This is what I used last year. I don't know if there's something better. There might be, but this worked, and so we're gonna do it again. And then whatever doesn't go in here, I will probably use to top off our green stalk when it is time for that. Excuse my socks and sandals. Let's get this going. Man, I didn't raise the camera enough. Well, we're here now. Everything is filled, and now I'm gonna go through my seeds, and I'm gonna figure out what I'm planting. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this. These are my snap peas. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have room. Okay, absolute must is going to be my 3 lettuce mixes. So I have, I guess they're not all mixes. I have iceberg, arugula, and romaine. None of them are mixes. What am I talking about? Okay, and then I have 3 herbs that I want to start. I might come back and start some more herbs. Yeah, I might do that. But today we're going to do cilantro, parsley, and basil. So there's 6. I am going to give cauliflower and broccoli a try. I read online that you can do this with them. I'm a little skeptical because they're much fancier plants. Fancy pant plants. So we're gonna try. We're gonna see what happens. I wasn't actually planning to start these from seed this year. I was gonna buy starts from Azure Standard. If even that, because there's already so much that we're planting this year. But then I read that you could do this with those. So then they got added to the list. I think chicken math and garden math might be pretty similar. I also read you can do it with onions. So I'm gonna try it with my scallions. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna give it a go because this would be so easy. If I'm at a store, I might also pick up some red and white onions and try them. Same thing as the broccoli and cauliflower, was not gonna mess with onions this year, but if I can get some starts to grow with very little effort, maybe. Maybe. Okay, so we're at 3, 6, 9. I can do 2 more, which is actually perfect. I have marigold seeds. Now, I do plan to start a lot of marigold seeds in my house, in our normal seed starting setup, but I am gonna try to do some in the jugs as well. Because if it works, this would be way easier than devoting space on the seed starting rack to marigolds, which we need an absolute ton of because they are part of my pest control plan. We also have copperheads, and I've heard that copperheads hate marigolds. So this is my self-preservation method. I did get French marigold. I read that if your marigolds are not working to deter pests, you probably have the wrong kind. And the correct kind is the French kind. And there are also a bunch of different varieties of the French kind. So then I tried to find a variety of the French that was supposed to work best. So these are Queen Sophia French marigold seeds. Their scent is supposed to be of superior strength. So I don't know, hopefully I don't stink my own self out of my garden this year. I don't particularly like marigold scent, but I like pests even less. And then I've heard that you can do this method with snap peas. So let's see. I know you can also direct sow these pretty easily. So this is kind of a, why not? We'll see. I found these from last year. I didn't get around to planting them. So I'm just gonna use these up in this project, and then I've still got snap peas and snow peas to direct sow in the garden when it comes time to do that. Okay, so there's my 11. I've got these labels here. So we're gonna do romaine. And yeah, I'll be back when I label all these. First up is our Queen Sophia marigold. Okay, so the way I do this, and the reason I like this, I don't know if I'm doing it right, but the perk to me is that you don't really have to worry about very even spacing. You just kind of broadcast your seeds, lightly cover them, and that's it. So, and then you can come back, of course, and you can thin your seeds out. Cool. This actually doesn't say how deep you plant it. Oh, it does. Okay, 1/4 inch. So in that case, we'll take up a little bit more soil here. This is super scientific. Okay. And I still have a ton left over. I was a little worried that I would need to, not worried, but I thought I might have to water the soil a little bit before planting, but it's actually perfectly damp. So that was a nice step to be able to skip. So most of these, it looks like they shouldn't germinate until at least 55 degrees. We have a pretty significant snowstorm coming next week. And I'm hoping that we just don't warm up at all until it's really time for things to germinate. Okay, we are finishing up here. I have a birthday cake to go ice, so I gotta hurry. The last step to this is you tape them closed, basically. Let me see, I'll show you. I have made a total mess, but that's okay. I don't actually think I taped them last year. I think I didn't feel like doing that step, and it still worked, but I'm gonna try to be good this year. I'm gonna try to do it right. Oh, and then it's raining today, so I think I might just set them out today. Eventually they are gonna move outside permanently, maybe here on our patio. But we have like 2 feet of snow coming next week. I'm exaggerating, but only a little bit. It's somewhere between like 15 and 20 inches or something ridiculous. So I'm gonna move them out there just for a while so they can enjoy some rain. And then in a few days, they're gonna come back in under our covered porch for a little bit. And then they're gonna go back out. Lord willing, this is our last snowstorm, but who knows? This winter has been crazy. I don't know if anybody has been paying attention, but a lot of homesteaders on YouTube have been saying, where'd my tape go? Have been saying that this winter was going to be crazy. I heard that it's going to be the winter of big snows. I know Homesteading Family said that, I think. But they're up in Idaho, and so I didn't really pay it much mind. Here I am out in Virginia, and we are getting the most insane snows. Okay. Well, this is boring. Y'all don't really need to see me do this 11 times in a row. I'll be back in a minute. All right, there they are. They're just gonna sit there and get watered and then come right back in until after that snowstorm. I am super excited to get the green stalks set up again. I guess the other thing that has fallen over is not technically a green stalk, but I'm so excited for all the gardening things, but we're just not quite there yet. There's still snow on the ground, so got a ways to go. All right, thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna go inside, get warm, ice this cake. It's my 2-year-old's birthday, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.